Students, look at the question. Steric factor P experimentally determined is 4.5. Correct statements are, look at the statement 1. The activation energy of the reaction is unaffected by the value of steric factor. Everyone see this. You know Arrhenius equation, K equal to AE to the power minus EA by RT. This is theoretically determined. When you do experimental determination, we will add here steric factor P, then everything same. I know this is an exponential factor where you can see the activation energy. This is Arrhenius factor. We even call it as a frequency factor, and P is steric factor, that is even called the orientation factor. Okay, so they are saying that the activation energy of the reaction is unaffected by the steric factor. Whether it is true, let me tell you that there are three factors which are independent of each other. They do not depend upon each other. Means you take the container, you have reactant molecules. Three factors are must in order to have reaction possible. There are three factors must in order to have reaction possible. Let me tell you that these are the three factors. They are not interconnected. They are independent of each other. But if any one of it is not satisfied, then you cannot have reaction possible. Let me tell you. One, there must be collision. So frequency factor comes into picture. Just by collision, reaction won't be possible. They collide, and if they have that activation energy, then only reaction possible. Collision takes place, they have a threshold energy, still reaction may not be possible because they are the reactant molecules even must have the proper orientation. So who comes into picture? The steric factor comes into picture. You are telling that orientation is there, whether reaction takes place, may not be, because collision if itself is not taking place, then reaction won't be possible. Collision takes place, whether reaction is must, may not be, because may not be there, we have a proper orientation of the reactant molecules, may not they have activation energy. So you are saying that in order to make reaction possible, there must be collision. These reactant molecules must have a proper orientation, and these reactant molecules must have an activation energy. If there are three possibilities are there, then we can have a reaction possible. But you should understand that they are independent of each other. Collision takes place. What about activation energy? Not there. No reaction. Is there? Still may not have reaction because orientation factor also should be in there in the picture. Got it? So what I am saying is the steric factor is anyhow is not affecting the activation energy. In a similar manner, the activation energy is not affecting collision frequency or a steric factor. So what they are saying is absolutely the right statement. The activation energy of reaction is unaffected by the value of steric factor. So statement 1 is right. So we have only left with option A and D now. Let's look at the option B, statement B. Experimentally determined value of frequency factor is higher than that predicted by Arrhenius equation. Now everyone see this, What I am doing is, I will take experimental rate constant, theoretical rate constant ratio. I can see we have here substitute formula. Everyone can see that this A to the power minus EA by RT will get cancelled. Now what's remaining is only the steric factor here. And I know the value of steric factor is greater than 1, that is what given, 4.5. What does it indicate? It indicates that numerator is greater than denominator. Correct. Now what is experimental? I know this is P A e to the power minus EA by RT greater than A e to the power minus EA by RT. Now you know that this is Arrhenius factor, this is the orientation factor. Together I can call it as Arrhenius factor, which is determined experimentally, right? So all of you all can see that this and this will get cancelled out. Now what's remaining? Frequency factor of experiment is greater than frequency factor theoretical. Whether the same is given, let's check. Experimentally determined value of frequency factor is higher than that predicted by Arrhenius equation. It's absolutely correct. So 2 also absolutely right. Still we already got answer. Let me see the statement 3. The value of frequency factor predicted by Arrhenius equation is higher than that determined experimentally. It's exactly reverse. So statement 3 is wrong. Statement 4. Since steric factor 4.5, the reaction will not proceed unless an effective catalyst will be used. Let me tell you that there is no reaction that will happen because of catalyst. The function of catalyst is only to increase the rate of reaction or not decrease. It will always increase the rate of chemical reaction. So catalyst means it will increase the rate of chemical reaction. Whether is there any powerful catalyst exists that can start the reaction? Nobody. It is telling that there is catalyst, effective one need to be used for reaction to take place. So it is utterly wrong statement that they have given. So 4 is also wrong. So 1 and 2 is right. So option A is our answer.